today, so I kind of messed around for most of the afternoon. I had I had to go do some work at another shop. It was kind of nice because they got shade, so I messed around most of the afternoon and then decided to come back out about 7 o'clock and start cooling off a little bit. I got to do this service on this truck and trailer, and then I've got to go look at a Peterbilt with an AC issue. It's probably going to be a actuator of some sort, but we'll see. I don't really know until we get there. Now these jobs here use my old drill that I had a long time ago, or that I've had forever. I'll get my other one all oily, or at least as oily. So the owner of this truck here asked me not only to do the service on it, but he also wants me to be, I guess what would be a good word, anal about the things that I see underneath here. For example, if there's an oil leak, or you know, any kind of, pretty much anything. So whenever I do a service on this truck here, he wants to know, you know, what potential issues are. So I'll usually go through it pretty well. I put a radiator in this truck here a couple of years ago, and he caught it when it was just starting to leak. So he's pretty meticulous about what he wants. So, which is good. There should be more like him. And I got a new customer. Well, I think I do. They always say they're going to call, but I don't know. We'll see if he does or not. It'd be nice. It's always good to have a new customer, but he says he's got something going on with his truck when he hits the brakes. He feels a shake or a jerk or some kind of a knock. Well, I thought maybe, well, there was a leaf spring, you know, bushing or something like that wasn't, you know, good. But from what I could tell, seems like his fifth wheel isn't locked in quite as well as it could. So I kind of drove it around a little bit. just to see what I could see, and possibly need some front brakes. They're disc brakes, kind of like this truck. And but I don't know. He said it shakes when it's going down the road, but I mean, hell, that could be anything. You know, thinking cab mounts or what have you, but. Well, anyway, he said he's going to call me on Monday. So I said, well, I gave him a card, and like I tell everybody, you know, if I don't answer, please leave me a message or text me or something, because I don't always have my phone with me while I'm up underneath the truck or whatever. I just don't have time to answer the phone, but everybody that does business with me knows that they're more likely to hear from me if they text me, so. I don't know if there's some of you guys out there who do oil changes on Volvos, but if you notice the part number of that one, and then you notice the part number of this one, and then you have part number of that one. So if you pay attention, this one here has got a different number on it than those other two, and the reason why is because this filter here goes in the very back, like towards the transmission, and these other two are towards the front. So, and if you use, depending on what filter you use, part number is different, but for Volvos, that's what they are. But Donaldson has their own part number as well, so. Just something to look at whenever you are doing it, or if you do. And I never put these on with any kind of tool. They're always hand tight, so I ain't never had a problem. So you can always tell when the fuel filter or oil filter has been wrenched on, because they're next to impossible to get off. I had a guy ask me one time, he says, why do you change oil? You don't make no money doing it. I was like, well, you might be right. And he is right to an extent. You know, if you're in a shop somewhere, you know, just doing oil changes or what, you don't see the truck again ever. Well, that's what it is. It is what it is on that. But a lot of these guys, I do all of their maintenance. So, you know, if I see something that's out of line, you know, maybe a brake shoe's cracked or something, you know, I'll write it up for him and tell him about it. He can either fix it or not, but at least he knows about it. 9 times out of 10, I'm on the receiving end of that, so. I consider doing an oil change a courtesy, not so much income. So, a very crucial thing, you know, but can usually lead to other work. So I don't typically turn it down. Anyway, like I was saying, you know, we may not make a whole lot of income with just doing a quick oil change for these guys, but it pays the bills. And let's see if there's a... Well, we just put brakes in this thing here a while back. I know that these are in good shape. Take a quick little peek. See what we can see. Truck's pretty clean underneath. I don't hear any air leaks. Of course, the truck's been sitting for a couple days. See what I was telling you about earlier is that you look at them brake shoes, they're probably right on the money. I'd say his next trip, probably pretty soon, he's going to need brake shoes. Same thing here. So it's time for some trailer shoes. Probably wouldn't hurt to put some drums on there as well, because they're dug in pretty well. Yeah. You see them shoes there? They're pretty well. The drums aren't too bad, but I'll recommend them. Yeah, so he's going to be looking at trailer shoes, and at least the rear drums. Yeah, I'd say at least the rear drums. Other than that, not too shabby for an older trailer. Bushing don't look too bad. Broken shock mounts. So see what she said. That's all we're going to put in there is that 10 gallons. Because it's reading full, so. Sounds like we got a little bit of an air leak up here. Looks like a 3/8 or a half inch to 3/8 or 3/8 to 3/8. We'll see if I got one. It's a 90 quick connect. Now 3/8 to 3/8, I believe. Could be I think it's actually going to be a half inch because that's a 3/8. I think that's going to be it right there. I don't know about the other piece though. That's a half inch. So let's go see what we can see. Well, I guess it is going to be a 3/8. That ain't going to fit. The right size right there. It's not quite a 90, but it probably would still work. It's a 1/4 inch. What else we got in this bag of tricks here? Anything? I think that's all I'm going to have, is something like that right there. It's not quite of a 90, but let's go see how many you're going to like it. See how that one's a really, that wouldn't work. That's all I've got too. So we're going to need a 3/8. We're going to need basically this setup, but at a 90. So I'll have to write it up. I ain't got nothing I can do about it right now. I hate just writing that stuff up, but I can't always carry everything. ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for tonight, at least for that one. Alright, well, we're going to head over and do, or take a look at that Peterbilt with that AC issue and see what we come up with. For that Peterbilt, however, it's not here, and I called the owner of it, and he said that they had to go out on an emergency deal to recover a load or something. So we're gonna go ahead and put that off for another day. We're just gonna go ahead and call it a day for now. I'll see if I can't get a hold of him on Sunday maybe, and see if that's something that can be done or not. I got a toolbox to install too, for a generator, kind of a custom deal. I had to order a box for it. Guy wants to put a generator on the right side of his truck, like an APU, but cheaper, sort of. So I might try to mess with that on Sunday, but it might be Monday, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and call it a day.